In this leadership module, we're going to talk about setting expectations. This is figuring out what other people want and learning to manage those expectations correctly so that there's no confusion about what your products and output should be. Let's get started.
Let's talk about the action steps to figure out what others want from you and to let others know what you want from them and how to manage these expectations between you. The first step is to make sure that you determine who is setting the expectation. Anytime you work with someone, you should set expectations. It's true for bosses and employees, project leaders, team members, colleagues, customers. Anyone that you interact with, you can set expectations for, or vice versa. Before talking to the other person, you really should determine how much input you want for them to have in setting expectations. If it's someone who's a particularly highly experienced or a clear peer of yours, it's a good idea to jointly agree on expectations rather than simply delivering yours to them as a manager or a leader. You should write down what needs to be done, the steps must be taken, and then you need to confirm what success looks like. Then make sure that you schedule an expectation setting conversation. Next, you want to make sure that you clarify each expectation. To do this, you want to list and review each of your expectations with the person that you're working with. You want to explain in detail what you expect, what outcome you're looking for, and the time frame that you require. You should really be clear about what needs to be accomplished, but you should be kind of open to the how it gets accomplished or the process that they're going to use to do that. Some examples of this might be something like, my expectation is that you complete a market analysis for this product in the next 30 days. Or, my expectation is that we touch base every day. In both of those instances, you're giving a clear outcome that you want to achieve, but you're leaving the how that happens up to the other person. It's probably a good idea as well to make sure that you also include what above and beyond looks like. So people know that here's a baseline, but if you want to really shine in your eyes, here's how they would do it, and what success for that would look like. Make sure that you always agree on these the expectations that you clarified, and then write down the discussion. Keep a record of it for both of your sake. Next, make sure you check in frequently. You should definitely check in to talk about the progress and the challenges you're having on any expectations you've set with someone. If someone's not meeting your expectations, you should first ask yourself if they know that they're not meeting your expectation, and also if your expectations for this person is unreasonable. If you're asking someone to check in with you every day, but then you send them out on the road, to check in with clients and whatnot, that may be an unrealistic expectation because of time zone differences or travel arrangements or these kinds of things. Or maybe they're a person who's in training all the time, who's delivering, on a stage. That may be an impossible task that you're asking them to do. If you're not sure, you should definitely discuss this with the person who you feel isn't meeting your expectation, and then revisit and revise them together. Make sure that you also talk about what's going right, especially if lots of things are going wrong, because you want to focus on what's working, and that gives you, it drives you, it provides you motivation to fix the rest of the things that maybe aren't going so well. And if the person is meeting or exceeding your expectations in other areas or in any one area, make sure to tell them how well they're doing and how much you appreciate it. Finally, make sure that you're managing others' expectations of you. And as everyone, I think, knows, a good rule of thumb here is to make sure that you're always under-promising and over-delivering. Your best opportunity to negotiate expectations with someone else is when you're given an assignment. So when someone comes up to you and says, hey, I'd like for you to do this, or I have this expectation about what we want to do, you should definitely make sure you estimate twice the time you think you're going to take to accomplish it. And then clarify any questions you might have about those expectations up front. You can ask questions like, if I'm successful in this, what does it look like to you? Or can you give me a really clear goal about when you need this completed, either a date or a time, or what does success look like? And are there deliverables along the way that you'd like to see that would indicate I'm moving towards a successful outcome for you?
We hope you've enjoyed this module on setting expectations. Remember that there's a full transcript of this video directly below, and that you can also download this information to take away and use offline. Also, please take a moment to comment below and let everyone here know how you're better at setting expectations now, or give us a comment about how we can make this section better. Thanks!